The Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
It's the front page news.
It's what's trending now.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. It is the first Tuesday in October, which is National Domestic Violence Awareness Month. It is also Talk It Out Tuesday here on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. So it is the perfect time to have a conversation about domestic violence. And joining us this morning is an expert on the subject. She is the author of the book Love Taps, Love TAPS, Red Flags of an Abuser and How to Get Out. Please help me welcome licensed therapist and Howard University alum C. Anderson. Y'all give it up. Show your love. Hey, C, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning and greetings. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, let's start off by sharing your story as a survivor of sexual assault.
So I am a survivor of childhood sexual abuse and teen dating violence. I was molested around the age of 5, and that went on for some time. And then later on in life, I got connected with a dating partner who was both physically and emotionally abusive.
Wow. Can you talk about how sexual assault can affect your dating life later or even your married life and the different steps that you can take to heal?
Certainly. So with victimization, particularly early on in your life, it opens you up and makes you more susceptible to abuse later on in life, right? So a lot of victims grow up and they mature in a way that they believe that they, one, deserve it, two, the low self-esteem, the shame, and the guilt that comes with it, and then also predatory people, abusive people, toxic people can literally sniff out those who will be more accepting of abusive situations. And so the healing comes in when you realize that, one, you are worthy simply because you were born and you exist, and you start to do the work to get yourself to a place where you honor yourself first before anybody else.
And that is so important, because when you speak of self-esteem, that makes me think, like, can you talk about why it's so hard for women to leave an abusive partner? Or if they leave, they always go back?
Absolutely. So on average, a woman leaving an abusive partner will go back about 7 times, okay? And people think, oh, well, if somebody hit me, I'm gone. But that's not how abuse happens. It is a process by which you end up in that situation. So some people stay because of embarrassment, shame. The abuser blames them for what they do. If you didn't do this, I wouldn't hit you. So they stay because they believe that they can fix it. Also, there's barriers, right? So maybe they're financially abused. They don't have access to money. They've been isolated, so they don't have a support system like family and friends to be able to have anywhere to go once they leave. And then also, leaving an abusive situation, it's 4 times lethal, the risk of lethality, the risk of dying when you leave the relationship in any other time. So these are some of the reasons why people don't leave.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how can our family and friends help somebody who is in a abusive relationship but won't admit it, and speak to somebody, and also speak to someone who is listening right now who is in an abusive relationship?
So the thing that I tell support members, those are family, friends, colleagues at work, usually people will notice signs. They're not hanging out with them as much. They can't talk on the phone as much. They may see bruises. And men can also be victims as well, so pay attention to that. But I tell people, if you want to support someone, tell them that whenever you are ready, I am here to listen. The last thing that they need is judgment. The last thing that they need to hear is, girl, you should just leave, or why you let him treat you like that? It is a very complicated and layered situation that first starts in the mind. So if you want to support someone, let them know that when you are ready, I am here. This is a safe space. You can trust me. And I guarantee you they are more likely to open up to you when it's time.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, letting everybody know how they can get more information and how they can follow you. And thank you so much for coming on this morning.
Sure. So the National Domestic Violence Hotline is 1-800-799-SAFE. The National Center for Victims of Crime is 1-855-4-VICTIM. You can follow me at C. Anderson, C.E. Anderson Live, IG, Facebook. My website is the same as well, candersonlive.com. You can get in contact with me that way. And I want victims, both male, female, LGBTQ, to know that you have the right to be respected. You have the power to say yes or no to anything, and you have the ability to change your life.
Yeah, make sure y'all call and do not sit there. You don't have to sit there and suffer, and at least start the conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for licensed therapist C.E. Anderson. And if you or someone you know needs a resource, pick up a copy of her book, Love Taps, Red Flags of an Abuser and How to Get Out. And if you are in an abusive situation and need help, the National Domestic Violence Hotline number is 800-799-SAFE. That's 800-799-SAFE. Hey, CC, thank you so much. CC Anderson, y'all.
Thank you.
More of the Smiley Morning Show coming up.